Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm Shelley Butler.
I'm Yves Doucet.
Yes, you are. So exciting. So exciting. Monday mornings are always my
Mhm.
favorite. A lot of people will say, "Oh, God, I hate a Monday."
Oh, I love Mondays.
Love
Me too.
Mondays.
My favorite
You
time.
got to find
Mm.
something to do that
Oh,
creates
I like
that
that.
magic for you, right? On a
Yeah,
Monday.
I
I
agree.
can't wait to get here and I can't wait to start this live.
I'm the
So,
same.
yeah. Find a way to make your Monday magical. Um,
Yeah, life's too short not to have a kind of an awakening Monday, right? Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's so important that we enjoy every day.
I agree.
But a lot of people have this thought process about a Monday, don't they?
Yeah, go back to work and yeah,
Uh,
and
it's
we
interesting.
spend so much time in work. It should be
So
something
much.
that you like, kind of like
Yeah,
want to go to.
absolutely.
And I always remember the quote from Steve Jobs. It said this: "You wake up too many days in a row, and you ask yourself, if this was the last day of my life, would I do what I'm
Mm,
about to do today?" And the answer is no.
mm.
It's time to change
It's
something.
time to change
Change something in
something.
your life, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so for me, like Monday feels like this Monday mindset Monday with you and having coffee with you
Hmm.
in the morning really kind of starts off my week in a beautiful way. So thank you for that.
Thank
Not
you.
everybody has a Shelley in their life, so
Oh, and not everybody has an Eve in their lives. And we are so grateful. And we
yes.
tell each other often how grateful we are having a relationship, a work relationship, a lifestyle relationship, a home style relationship, just having that relationship and not defining it as, just one part of your life is so important. So here, we have been doing this season,
Oh,
if you will, Veronica's. We have been listening to the real Veronica giving us real life scenarios of what happens in the workplace. And then Eve and I discuss it. So today we're going to be talking to the real Veronica or talking about the real
are
Veronica
we
in this
talking? I
scenario.
would love to have
I
her on
would
the show.
love to have her on, but
Let's put that out in the universe.
yes,
Veronica, come here.
come here and talk to us. Okay, so Estelle is going to play us the audio while
Mm.
Eve and I make our funny faces. And producer extraordinaire Estelle, go for it.
Hi, Veronica. Come on in, have a seat. Okay, thank you. So, as you can see, your manager's here, and they're basically just here so she can provide an account of what she believes happened. It looks like you filed some paperwork incorrectly. There was a list, and you went from the bottom up instead of from the top down, and that is the incorrect way to do it. So, we are going to have to write you up. Is there anything that you want to say about that? Oh, yeah. She told me to do it from the bottom up. What? No, I did not say that, Veronica. Don't say that I said that because I did not say that. Are you sure you want to stick to that story? It's not a story. I'm sticking to it because it's the truth. I did not tell you to start from the bottom up. Why would I do that? Okay, so there's no way to prove that she told you. As a matter of fact, Maria, there is a way to prove it. I have a recording of her telling me to do it because I had a feeling that she was going to pull something like this. No, that's illegal. You can't play a recording. I didn't consent to that. We're not on Law and Order. And I'm not presenting this to a judge as Exhibit A. I'm presenting this to Maria to show her that you're a liar because you have a tendency to tell people one thing and then say that you didn't say that and cover your ass. So sorry. Nope. I recorded you because I knew you were going to do something like this. Veronica, so I know that Maria prefers for you to work that list from the top down, but I think we're just gonna do it from the bottom up. There's just I don't see the reason, I don't see the point of doing it from the top down. And there's a couple more people, that we want to look out for, starting at the bottom because of their last name. So just go ahead and do it from the bottom, okay? Veronica, you're excused. I need to speak with Janet. Thank you,
Mm.
Maria. I'm going home. You can't leave for the day. You have work to finish. With the shit you just pulled, you better be lucky that all I'm doing is going home for the day and not reporting you to HR for a hostile work environment. Hi, Veronica.
Cool. It got caught. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
would just deny everything, even if after recording, like listening to that recording, I would totally do that.
Would you?
No, we wouldn't. That's
Oh,
the way we
it's
do. We deny
so
everything, right? It's
interesting.
like we deny everything, even if sometimes we're caught. We try to defend, we try to deny, we try to. We try to hide. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think's
Uh,
happened? What do you think's happening here? What do you think? What do you think really deep down happened in this situation?
well, uh,
The deeper meaning behind what
what
Veronica.
happens is like we're so used to not listening in life. Um, we're so used to like having our like we're busy, like busy time in our heads. Like
Hmm.
we have a lot of things to juggle.
Hmm.
And how many times have I, my wife is giving me, oh, you want to go to the market? Sure. And then she gives me a list or she tells me what to buy, and I completely forget by the time I get to the grocery store, right? And I think that happens a lot. We forget what we even said, right? We forget what we've been told because we're so busy. So
Not this case, though. In this particular case, there was a specific instruction. You do it from the top down. And that manager decided to tell that employee that, nah, you know what? She wants you to do it that way. But I think that we should do it from the bottom up.
yeah, no,
What happened right there?
I'm just reflecting on the fact that the manager, right, Maria is her name, right, didn't recall that she said that, and she called Veronica a liar, right? Yeah.
Do you know the
Is that right?
amount of do you know the amount of courage it would take an employee to call their boss a liar like she did?
I it takes a lot.
That's massive courage.
it takes massive courage um, to basically like record someone. If it gets to the point that you're recording something, whew,
Trust is broken. It's done.
it's already done, right?
Yeah.
Like at that point in time, you're in the war, like you're defending, you're
Yeah.
protecting, you're already like you've left in the brain, you've already left, right? Yeah,
Absolutely. As soon
yeah,
as you need to hit a record button when you are with your boss,
yeah.
i-
You've already
as
left.
as
Like,
soon as
yeah,
as soon as that is happening to you, you have work to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of
You have a decision to
if you're
make.
starting to defend and start to collect papers and collect memos to defend, like in the mind, like you've already probably feel that in your body, right? The employee is, because the employee is always under duress with a boss.
Always.
Like remember that people don't they don't leave businesses, they
They
leave
leave
the
bosses.
bosses, right?
This is what some say. I don't,
Oh, it's 100% true, Shelley. They leave the boss.
Yep. Yep.
Don't you think it's true?
I do. I do. In a lot of cases, I do. A lot of cases, I believe that if there's not a creation of belonging, if you have, an employee situation, a culture situation where people don't embrace others, I think that that's another reason that
It's like,
employees leave.
so do
So,
you think Veronica feels safe?
well,
And that's why she's recording?
absolutely not.
She doesn't
Absolutely.
feel safe,
She
right?
doesn't feel
No.
safe, nor does she feel she can have that communication, nor does she feel that she's able to communicate with, um, with those people, like the people, right? They're
Mm.
employees.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of chatter within the office. I would consider that this lying situation happened.
More than once.
Well, I would say absolutely more
If
than
you
once.
if
So you
yeah.
have to decide, right? You have to choose. We all get a choice in life. Do we want to stay at a job that we have to record our boss giving us instructions because they're going to corner us again? They're going to put us in this terrible
Yeah,
situation again.
I agree. I think it's obvious to me from the situation when you get to the point that you have to record that you're
Hmm.
saying, hey, this is a bad environment. I better protect myself, right? Protect my backside here. I'm going to record to make sure that I can defend. And if you're at that stage, it happens several times. And I think there's always a situation in my book, anyways, that you have to know when to say goodbye. You have to know when to leave. You have to know when to say, I had enough of this, right?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
we have a choice. So for me, I would definitely be gone. I wouldn't be in a situation where I would have to to
to
record
record.
anybody.
I would be gone too. I shouldn't say that. Like in the past, I would have stayed, and I did stay long. I did stay longer,
Yeah, yeah,
way too
way
long.
too long.
And
I
what
agree.
happens to me as an employee, and I've heard I'm a bad employee this morning from Shelley. She told me I'm a bad employee. Really hurt me. That just
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to put it that way. We have to discuss it. Do you know what? We'll discuss that a
well,
little
no,
bit further
I
here.
recorded the conversation. This is exactly what you told me.
Perfect. I did. I did actually
So,
say that. You're
so,
a better leader.
but I did stay too long in a few situations
Yeah.
when I was an employee. And I say, like I did defend, I recall myself recording and saving documents when to prove it. And
Wow.
you know what happened to me is I became like for me, and it may not happen to Veronica, I don't know, but for me, it destroyed my self-confidence.
Yeah.
So I wrote on the wall at the other job that we had, the other place that we had. Remember, I wrote
Yep.
something on the wall
Yep.
there.
My saying,
Yeah. So don't like what was that?
never work for a dill pickle.
Never work for a dill pickle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I like we put that on the wall. I remember that because a dill pickle is a dill pickle. It's kind of a person that's been so fermented in their ways, they're not open-minded to something.
That's
So if
it.
you can't have a conversation with the human being that's next to you,
Yeah.
if you need to text, if you need to like always hide, maybe it's time for you to leave. Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely so simple to me. It's so simple to me. Why undermine that boss? Why not have the communication and say, hey, I know you want me to do it from the top down, but I believe that the bottom up is going to be better suited,
So
right?
Leslie's saying
Love
100%
Leslie.
leave the boss. An environment can change very quickly when a great leader moves on and a new boss, I can't, she says, I
Seymour,
won't,
Seymour.
Seymour, I won't call them leaders, comes in and there is a
Toxicity.
toxicity dropped into the formula. I
Yeah.
have left organization with otherwise great values because of this. So yeah, that's what she's saying. Like great value companies, great. Like maybe the leader is great, but maybe your boss that you're like is a dill pickle, right? And
Yeah, the people that you're
mm,
working with are
yeah,
not open-minded. It's really important to create
too
a
much room.
culture so these type of things don't happen, right?
Yeah,
The culture of
so true.
conversations, the culture of communication. You know what? There's many times when I've been in front of my team and I have said, I was wrong, sorry guys, or I don't know. I don't know. Ideally, what you're going to do to build an environment so this type of thing doesn't happen is to ask
So what?
people.
So what can? Yeah. So how can you, as an employee, like stop this from happening? What would you do?
Well, for me, if I felt that going from the bottom up was going to be wiser, I would say to you, Eve, I really think that I'm going to go from the bottom up because there are a few
Mm.
people in this list
What
that
does that
are,
mean? Oh, you're talking about
I'm talking about Veronica.
the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would
Yeah.
just say, "Hey, this is the process. I think this is a better way. Can we try it out?" You'd have a conversation.
I would actually have the
Have a conversation.
conversation.
Yeah.
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 And you know,
So, what does a conversation look like to you? With you? Do you pick up the phone? Do you go see the person?
well, I like to see people in the eye,
I think that's
right?
the best
So
way.
or I like to hear them. I even if I can't get them eye to eye, I like to hear them on the phone because energy travels. When people are a little hesitant, they will take longer longer breaths in between their sentence structures. When people are hesitant of your decision, they will perhaps not, stop speaking, stop communicating. And that's the point. That's the space where we can say, what do you think?
Yeah.
So,
What do you
as
think?
leaders, I think that we have to lessen our importance, lessen our knowing. Yeah, it might have been that way 20 years ago. It might have even been that way last week. But we have people in front of us right now that are saying, you know what? I'm going to go from the bottom up. Is that cool for you?
So it's
Sure.
like instead of as a leader, I think this is what you I think I have the same kind of way. So instead of saying I have the answer to why we should do it, I'm more flexible in learning how you would do it and then have a conversation to what's the best way. I'm that way too. Let's have a conversation about the way to do it. And then you want to try it that way? Okay, let's try it that way and see
Well,
what
you
happens.
taught me that
Yeah.
years ago, Eve. What
Mm.
you had said to me is if we have people do it our way every time, we're just going to have a whole bunch of people doing it our way. If
Yes.
we are
Yeah.
open minded, to a different way, we may actually
Discover
learn
something.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Discover
Yeah,
something
we
different.
may be
Instead of
yeah,
being stuck. And as a company, we don't want to be stuck.
we
Like
don't.
the more the world moves fast, so we want to move ahead, and we want to have our team be able to grow too. So, I think as a boss, being curious to even the miscommunication, I would say, well, if you have to record me, I'm like I would definitely say, okay, there's something that like I'm not being responsible in my communication. Like I don't know how many speeches I've given and people would say, "Hey, you said this," and I know I didn't say it, but that means I wasn't clear, right?
It's
So
the way they hear it,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
that matters too. People's perception is their truth.
yeah,
We
yeah.
have to be understanding and not be pointing fingers and shaming and blaming people for what they heard. We have to be more accountable for what we say. Phil Jones is an expert in exactly what to say. So
Mm,
sometimes we fill in the blanks with just a lot of words and a lot of just to fill in the blanks, fill in the space rather. So it's really, really important that we are succinct in what we want to say.
so what?
Exactly what do you want to say
So what
here?
can we do? What would you do? Let's take a little roll. So you're into the plan, you're into the state of okay, um, you're in front of HR and you're having this discussion. You're the employee, you're Veronica, and I'll be the boss because I'm a bad
Okay.
employee. So
Yeah.
I'd be a leader. I'm a
Yeah.
better leader,
Better
I guess.
leader.
So let's do that. And then so what would you do from this state? Like not following what Veronica would do, but what would you do as an employee? So you're there, you recorded it. I'm there. I said, no, I never said that. And you say, hey, I have a voice. What would you say? I have a voice recording of you saying it. What would you do from here? What would you do as an
And
employee?
as an
You're,
employee,
you're Veronica.
as an employee. So soon as Veronica said, "Do you want to stick to that story?" Eve, do you want to stick to
Yeah.
that
Yes.
story kind of thing?
Yeah.
I would definitely say it's in your best interest to tell the truth right here.
Okay.
It's in your best
Mm,
interest to tell the truth right here. So
mm.
I would have never called you a liar. I would
Right.
have never done that in that
Yeah.
situation. So the one thing about these real Veronicas
Right.
is
Hmm.
there is some rudeness upon rudeness. I never said that, Veronica. I never. And then Veronica being rude and going back and saying, you're a liar, right? I would probably say something like,
Mm.
the truth, Eve, is so important to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to have this back and forth of truth telling, right? It's so important. Communication coaches out there understand that the truth, even sometimes, although it's harsh sometimes, is reality. And if we
I,
stay in the reality of it, right?
oh, I
So I would have given you a space to be
beautiful.
vulnerable.
Yeah, that's good because what happens if you call me a liar, I'm going to defend that right away.
Absolutely.
And if you're saying instead of doing that, say, listen, like you told me this, like
Yeah.
it would be better for you to just own up
It's
because
just be better for
yeah,
you to
yeah,
tell the
I
truth.
like
I
that.
would give you a
Yeah,
space
I
in a
love that.
because I am constantly always what would love do now?
Now, okay, so
And how kind could I be to you
I
in
love
this
that.
situation?
Yeah, what would love
Absolutely.
do now? I love that phrase. I use it. I
You
used it
use it a
last
lot.
week. I love that.
Yeah.
There's a song I set you. Be kind to me. Like I've been kind to you. Can you be kind to me? But like
Yeah.
I love that.
Absolutely beautiful.
So here's look, I love that answer. And if I was Maria, it's
Hmm.
Maria, right?
Yep.
Yes, it was Maria. I think and let's say I didn't because sometimes I say things and I forget. Let's just pretend that I forgot that I told you, right? Can we
Okay.
do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would say, well, okay, maybe I did forget. So maybe I'm wrong. Like I would question my thoughts about did I say that or not? So if you say to me, no, you didn't say
If
that.
I say to you, do you want to stick to that story, Eve?
So I've been in that a couple of weeks ago where somebody said to me, you said that. And I thought, okay, maybe I did say that. Maybe I did. I don't, yeah, maybe I did. So I'll kind of question it. I'll defend it. No, I didn't. And then they proved it. I say, yeah, I guess I did say that. So, like, and what would I do in that situation? I think I would try to and it's difficult in the situation because you're reacting, but I would try to take responsibility for that word and say, yeah, I guess I did say that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Being vulnerable in a leadership role has nothing to do with weakness.
Yeah. And I
Being
can't, yeah.
vulnerable in a leadership role means that you are accountable for the crap that you dished out in that moment. Because again, people's perception is the truth,
Like
is their truth.
I read this book called Hope and Opono. You read that book?
Yeah.
It's a great book.
It's a
Hope and
little
Opono.
book.
It's a little book. It's a very
It,
small book, and
yeah,
it
so
says
powerful.
something like, say sorry, ask for forgiveness, right, and say I love you, that kind of thing, right? And yeah, it's not it's a practice, this thing about saying sorry. Um, and I try to, after I reflect on things. It may come after, it may come, it may come after some time, but yeah, I will say I'm sorry. That's vulnerability,
Yeah.
and I will ask for forgiveness, and I will say I love you. I will try to do that as much as I can. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um,
That's how you
okay,
build a culture
yeah.
like we have here at Dovico. Leaders, you had always remind me at the start of every meeting when you're there is we need to be here.
Hmm.
Before we can really do anything, as a great leader, you bring people here.
Yen just said love always wins, and I totally agree. I think we all know how a word starts. It starts by saying, I'm right, you're wrong. How does love start? How does peace start? How does growth start? Because growth comes from like being at ease and safe
Mm,
place. It comes from saying sorry, being human, taking responsibility for your words and your actions, and saying, you know what, this is not, it's maybe what I said or what I did, but I'll forgive myself first for saying that, for being in reaction. And can we still focus on the love and move on so I can learn, right? And then letting go of that piece of that thing or personality you've done. So I would totally do that as a
yeah.
boss. So let me ask you this question then, since we're running out of time here.
My sister just came on. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. Oh, hi, Cheryl. Hi, Carl. One of the things that I want to ask you is, what do we do differently at Dovico that that kind of breaks that conversation up as much as we can? And it's not perfect. Get that. So what do we do at Dovico to basically as a new way to lead companies? Well, love wins is one of the things. You were just on an interview with a famous university here.
Yes,
Talk about
yes.
that. You said,
University of Guelph and
yeah.
University of Acadia are doing a study with Dr. Shelley Price,
Mm-hmm.
and what she's doing is um, a study on love and compassion
Mm.
in the workplace. So I am so excited to be part of that study, part of that research group, because
So
that
good.
is the big piece that is so missing within our work environment. So many people, and I was watching something just recently, and they were being all ordered back to work, and one person, which was their star, was kind of holding out and not going back to work and said, no, I'm more productive at home. And the boss finally said, listen, work is not supposed to be comfortable and work is not supposed to be fun. So the
Oh,
language
ouch.
that she was using to say I'm more productive, I have a great time, like
Mm.
I'm able to really produce so much more. The boss at that point didn't care really about the innovation and creativity. He wanted to make sure that she wasn't having a good time because work is not supposed to be
Oh,
fun.
oh my God.
And I
I,
swear to God, it was the biggest mind blown moment for me. And it's because there's so many people that feel that way. There's so many people feel that they should be kind of in a tension, um,
mm,
kind of in
always. Yeah.
always in this reaction,
Oh, yeah.
always being
I don't
attached to
think
the
so.
outcome. So a lot of people, and the thing is if your boss is that, if your boss feels that, then he is going to project that or she is going to project that onto you. We have to be so careful.
We don't, like, I think one of the things that I would say we do with Dovico is we try to make it like that energy is not so heavy, right? And if it becomes heavy, we have a discussion one on one with people. And if that doesn't want that one on one, we bring in a third party. We bring
Yeah.
in, it's not HR. HR stands for what?
Harsh reaction.
Yeah.
If
So,
you want to have a harsher reaction, call HR.
yeah, I think taking the boss's side was wrong from the HR's perspective. HR is there, in my opinion, as a coach in order to have to facilitate a conversation. And So the job is not to it's not to mitigate the conversation, it's to get people to get together so they can actually have a conversation, right? So you have to be able to have this conversation. If you can't have that conversation, nothing's going to happen. If you're just having it through like actions,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're gonna get really screwed. So one of the things we do at Dovico, what we do at Dovico is we actually try to have a conversation. We facilitate a conversation. So we don't have HR, we have coaches, right? So
Absolutely.
people come in and say, "Hey, you're having a problem. Let's just get there. Hi, Michelle. We're having a conversation, right?" So
Nicole.
Nicole. Sorry. Hi, Nicole.
We're going to get Eve
Yeah,
glasses.
glasses. I do have glasses. But that's one thing that we do, and we put a lot of intention to it. And then we have the pillars and the practices, like Dia was saying, focusing. Okay, the coach will come and say, "Are you in reaction here? Yes, take some time." Like we create space to slow down the process so we can actually feel
Yeah.
better. But at the end, we want to have that conversation
Yeah.
because if there's no like kind of meeting of the mind and there's no hope and open, there's no hope. Yeah,
That's right.
that's one thing that we do at Dovico.
That's right.
And it's not perfect, but what we have is a creation of space where people can actually say, "Hey, I feel safe here." And if you feel safe there, you can have innovation and creativity and growth in your business. And that's why we do it. It's not only from a business point of view, but it's a human point of view. Remember, the engine of your business is the human engine.
Humans
It's
treat
the
them
human
like
heart.
adults.
It's the human heart that's the value of your
Yes.
engine, yeah, of your business or your growth.
Yeah.
So treat that like with very kind heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As kind and loving as you can possibly get.
Mm.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much for being with us here this Monday. We wanted to show you how to bring love into your community. We want to show you how to love on one another's and be kind. Kindness is king. Kindness will always win, just like love always
Yeah.
wins. So if you find it difficult to share love in your work environment, start with kindness. Love will
I
come.
love that. Start with like forgiveness, kindness.
Yeah.
When like love, when caring is not enough. Like
Of
we do that. Like we say, "I don't care." Well, hold on, we should care. We
course, you
should
have to
care.
care.
Like if you say, "I don't care anymore," they try love,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, absolutely. If you have, or if you're having to record people, you're being recorded.
Oh.
It's time to
Mm,
really look deep
mm.
into your soul and find out if you are growing in that space,
Yeah,
if you are feeling love, if
in
you're
that
feeling
space.
kindness in that space. Don't let
So
every day be the same day of sheer pain as you go to work.
So sometimes, like, and I just finished with this. So
Hmm.
I know we're over time here, but we'll just finish with this, I think. So, like, when you choose yourself,
Hmm.
when you say, "I love myself so
Hmm.
much that if I have to defend every single action I have to do, if I have to change so much to meet your expectation, there's nothing you can do as a human to change another person. People don't change with facts and figures. So recording a person is not going to change that person. It's not going to change that person. Sometimes the most loving thing you need to do is to just go away.
Yeah,
That's what love does. It says, "You know
absolutely.
what? I'm going to give you the space that you need to see yourself."
Yeah,
And that's what love does.
yeah,
Sometimes because we're responsible to see ourselves and see reality for what it is. And sometimes there's no growth there. There's no passion there. There's
yeah.
no energy there. And sometimes the best thing you could do from a love perspective is just to say, "It's time to say goodbye."
Create the
Right?
space.
Mm.
Absolutely. Oh, so good. I'm Shelley Butler,
I'm Yves Doucet.
and this has been Mindset Monday. Love you. Get your workout in. How are you showing up?